All right. Looks like we are all ready to go. Where are we? Um, okay, cool. Hello. Um, so sorry about the delay on today's stream. But today we're going to be building some more minis because these Wraithguard have been sitting here. I got them the other day. They are very cool, and I want to build them. So I'm just going to unpack the box with all the sprues and shit. So there's some Wraithguard and there's a Wraith Lord. And I will... the stream you were in arguing with people ran 10 minutes long, I see. Well, we're gonna be, working on building these 3D prints that I got. I'll need to see if I can find the instructions for building them because they don't send them with any, and I'm not confident in my ability to figure this out. So I'm gonna need to pull up the manufacturer's website and try to find the assembly instructions. G'day, hey Loyal. Should we start with the Wraith Lord or the Wraith Guard? Oh, it looks like they're actually individually packaged. That's nice. I might actually not need anything. Cool, we might actually just be able to do it straight up without instructions. Nice and handy. We'll zoom this in a bit and get the focus in range, and this could be a relatively quick and easy process. I'm saying this now so that I can prove myself wrong when I take an absolutely super long time making it. If I got an email invoice check there too. Oh no, I know the way these guys normally do it. Normally they have a QR code attached, which links to a page on their website for the ones that are more complex, but this seems pretty straightforward. There's only a few parts. Where'd I get them from? I got them from Major Minis, but they were a limited run, so they're not part of their permanent range. Major Minis are they're an Australian maker that were founded by an Australian law YouTuber, Major Kill. Okay. Oh, okay, so I need to get the focus more on my hand where it is now. Yep, cool. There we are. Yeah, cutting out the 3D prints is always a weird experience because of how many sprues there are, and there's like a weird texture that the 3D resin has. And yeah, the resin is a little bit more brittle than the standard plastic, so I need to be a bit careful because in the past I have accidentally snapped sections of it trying to cut the bits out. But they're really detailed, which is the nice trade-off. Currently doing your first minis right now. Took forever in between buying the primer and building a base to spray the primer on. Waiting for a good weather day, but it's finally happening. Nice. You've been have you been talking about this for a little while, Hippity Dippity or Hippy Dippy? I feel like you've mentioned that you've been building up to doing your first minis before. Maybe it was somebody else. I've had a few people come through talking about it, but I'm glad you're doing it. What did you end up starting with? Oh, hey, Jesus. How you going, mate? Yeah, a couple of streams ago. Right, so was it the starter set that you got? The one, the Infernus Ultramarines? Right, so the starter set you got had some Infernus Marines, and was it some Tyranids? Is that the set that you got? It came with all the paints and stuff, the perfect beginner stuff. Oh, yeah, I remember now. Nice. Yeah, enjoy, mate. It's a lot of fun getting into. The minis look sick on major minis. Yeah, I really like the major mini sculpts. These ones don't have a... I don't think these ones have a site or have a page on the website anymore because they were a limited run. They were a collaboration with a particular modeler. But yeah, they're really cool. Test. Hello, Gavin. I can see your messages. How are they allowed to sell Warhammer stuff they've made themselves? You see, the workaround is the Eldar are not called Eldar, they're called Space Elves. And the Tyranids are not called Tyranids, they're called Xenonids. It's lots of legal gray area shit, and they make them just different enough that they hopefully don't get caught with copyright. That's how that's what all third-party modelers tend to do. Is they make it just ambiguous enough that it's not copyright, and they're their own sculpts rather than official sculpts. It comes with just 3 Marines, but once you're done with those, you're going to paint get the Tyranids, or the Tyranid one. It has the same stuff, 3 minis and paints, and get them done. Then buy the starter sets with the 2 armies. Oh, nice. Cool. What did I think on the Tau army? The Tau army does look quite good, Noah. Thank you for that. But I don't think I'll be getting it for a little while, because I made some incredibly poor decisions last night, and I may or may not have filled out the... Well, I may or may not have spent enough money to fill out my Knights army. So I think the Knights army will be the first one that I build. There's a King Orc that looks like the Croc I did. The King Orc is the Croc that I did. That's the same sculpt. Bet you're welcome. Yeah, thank you, Noah. That was very cool. But yeah, I have made some terrible decisions. I bought the Valor Strike Lance, and then I also got a Lancer and the by the way, that fucking that kit that had the 2 Cerastus Knights, I think they're the Cerastus Knights, the 2 tall dudes, that people were saying, oh, look, it's probably not going anywhere, it's been there for ages and no one's getting it. It sold out! So I didn't end up getting that, so I got one of the dudes from that kit, and I got a Lancer. Which means that my my knights lineup will consist of 2 Questoris knights, 4 armigers, a lancer, and a Cerastus. Pretty sure it's the Cerastus. Or maybe no, it's not. No, I think it's the Cerastus. Do I mean Warglaves? No, the Warglaves are just a type of armiger. The really tall, thin dudes, and he's got a chain blade and a gun. What am I making? I'm making so these are the Eldar Wraithguard third-party models that I had talked about. Well, now I've got to start playing. Exactly, Gavin. Exactly, and I should stream my first match. I'd have to see if I can figure out the setup for it, but that could be cool, yeah. Ooh, is this snapped or was there? I don't think this snapped. I think that pin must fit into something. I'll figure it out. We'll cut all the bits out and then we'll figure it out, because this doesn't look like it snapped. I'll need dice and the data cards and the codex to make it easier. Yeah. I've seen that a lot of D6s will be required to make it easier. Good to see me working on some Eldar. Are you an Eldar enthusiast, Gavin? Yeah, I really like Eldar. You are, I see. Yeah, I love the Wraith units. They're so cool. Like, for me, my favorite Eldar units are the Wraith units and, like, Warp Spiders and shit. Like, that is the coolest shit to me. Because my introduction to Eldar was Dawn of War, so it was like, the Warp Spiders were the coolest, or the coolest quote-unquote basic basic units you could get, even though they were like your elite units. And then you had the Wraith Lords as like your really heavy shit. You got your first bit of plastic glue and Macragge blue. Righto. And so what are you going to be painting first? I assume since plastic glue and painting first with the Macragge blue, I'm assuming you'd be doing ultramarines as well, or oh, this is a bit sketchy. Warp Spiders are dope. They are so cool. Oh, that just fired shit everywhere. Have I got any Orc boys? Orcs are probably relatively low on my like tier of interest. Like, Orcs are cool, but they're not the they're not like, yeah, like, Orcs are cool, but they're not really my sort of speed, I don't think. So I probably will do Orcs eventually, but I don't think I'll ever build an army. And also, what do I want to do while playing 40k? Stay back, shoot tank, or shoot frontline melee, and I'm correct, Ultramarines. I reckon that, honestly, since I don't really know enough about the tabletop to know what sort of playstyle I would lean towards. I do like the idea of just staying back and just fucking destroying people by shooting. Towers stay back and shoot, and knights are tank and shoot mainly. Yeah, I imagined that was the case. Like, I like the idea of just having, like, the knights and just fucking mowing people down while all their shit bounces off. Very cool looking one called the Orc War Machine on that website. Oh yeah, I saw the I did see the Orc minis that Major Minis was doing for October, and some of them are quite cool. Oh, you mean the Orc Warlord? Yeah, I think that's their version of the Orc War Boss. Also quite cool. But yeah, Orc boys in general, not my favorite. they're cool, they're funny guys. Not really my speed though. I like more of the sci-fi lean on things in the 40k setting. That's why, for me, my favorite factions are like, well, so aesthetic-wise, my two favorite factions are Tau and Necrons. I mean, October, sorry, yeah, October, not October. And September. I think that one's a bit of a stretch. Oop. You've seen Starforged made a TF2 themed orc model? Interesting. He's got a Necron head hanging off his armor. Yeah, the what? Yeah, the major minis in general are just really cool. Like, they have really nice sculpts. Tau September. Yeah, the Tau September pun might be a bit of a stretch. Septauber. Yeah, there are so many of these little sprues, but thankfully they release relatively easily. I think that since I got the my last batch of major minis, they have... I feel like at least this one, the sprues are releasing a lot easier than the previous ones. Maybe they've just gotten better at printing. But yeah, the last ones that I got, they were an absolute nightmare to disconnect all the sprues. I should make a Discord, you'd post pictures of your minis. I've had a few people ask about a Discord. At the moment, it's not really on my priority list. Maybe if like we get a bit bigger and there is a lot more, like a bit more interest in a Discord, then I'd do it. But as it stands, it's just like another layer of responsibility that I don't think I'm like, I really feel like I want to bother with at the moment, you know? Just managing or running a Discord. You'd like it? Yeah, I understand it's like easier to keep you guys in the loop and all that sort of thing, and then there's more community interaction. But yeah, just like as it stands, where we are right now, I think I'm gonna hold off for a little bit. A little warm water would help the help get the supports off. That would probably be a good idea. But I'm doing all right. The supports are pretty well made. I'm not having too much trouble. And also, it'd be hard for me to do all this on stream if I'm going back and forth to the bathroom to get some warm water. Or otherwise I'd just be like soaking some of the other stuff. But yeah, in any case, I'm not having too much trouble. You can see the supports are very, very thin where they make contact with the mini itself. It was Station Forge that did it? Oh, right, no, yeah, Starforge do PCs, don't they? So Station Forge did the minis. Did I finish the knight? No, he's very close though. We're making really good progress on the knight. Even if we don't finish him by 500, we'll finish him very soon after 500. Yeah, we are going really well on the knight. I'm quite happy with the amount of progress we've made recently. Yeah, I'm just taking a short break from him today because we've painted the knight 2 days in a row. And I don't want it to get all samey. You should do that today? Nah, I want to get a bit of variety in what we're doing. Discord isn't something to run. You just post pics and talk to each other, plus more people can see your work and subscribe. Yeah, I guess so. I guess I'll look into it. Just because, like... I was going to say I don't want there to be, like, drama. But I guess if there's any drama between people, I can just ban people. Just get the fuck out of here. But at the same time, I don't really want to do that, because then it's just, like... Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'll look into it in any case. Can't tell if these are spikes on the arms or if they're parts of the sprues. I think these must be parts of the sprues, just looking at the shape. We'll figure it out when we get to actually doing it. Because the sprues are definitely running to them. Show you? Yeah, one sec. I'll clean up all the other sprues. And I'll zoom in on what I'm talking about. So, just here. These might actually be spikes, no? Right above my thumb here. There's two bits that come off the elbow. Or actually, no, they're definitely sprues, because they connect to the side of the plate. You reckon they're spikes? Oh, I guess, yeah, the sprues are disconnecting quite easily. I guess they are spikes. We'll leave them on for the time being. Yeah, they're definitely firmer than the sprues. We'll put it down and we'll get back to it and we'll figure it out. We can compare it to the other arm. You need Discord mods of a certain size to throw out those who violate terms of service so that they don't shut down the service. Oh, shut down the server? Yeah. Yeah, I doubt we're at that size yet, and in any case. Okay, so that's all of the parts are off their sprues now, so now we can clean them up and see how we're going to assemble it. Yeah, you got a question? Yo, what's up? Depends on whether Francois joins. Next stream, can I make a combat patrol, please? That's a lot of minis to build in one stream. You know how slow I am at doing things, brother. And also, next stream means tomorrow. You mean start one? Sure. I mean, I've got a Thousand Suns Combat Patrol, and I've got a Necron one. We can have a poll right now on which one to do. Yeah, or I'll let's run the poll in a little bit. Give people some time to come in, because I know that some people tend to shop a little bit later. So let's wait until yeah, let's wait until we've got around 10 people or so. Call another Imperial Knight. Do they do combat patrols for knights? Surely not. Because like a knight's combat patrol would just be like 3 armigers. Necron combat patrol. By the way, Silver, can we please not abbreviate combat patrol to CP? Not the best shortening of it. Anyway. But yeah, we'll wait until some more. Don't abbreviate combat patrol. Yeah, not great. But we'll wait until a few more people show up before we run a poll to see whether people want see whether people will want the 1,000 Suns or Necrons. CP means command points for the game. Look, Noah, don't abbreviate command points either. I do not like this abbreviation. I will be saying command points, not CP. You mean cyberpunk? Sure, yeah. That's why we don't want people to get it confused with cyberpunk. Hey, I guess they must be spikes on the arms, because there's here on this elbow we've also got the spikes, the 2 thingos. Yeah, they're spikes. That's a mystery solved. They are spikes. Watch literally anybody play the game and you'll see. Look, I don't mind if that's what other people abbreviate it to. I am not allowing anybody to abbreviate it in in my in a game that I'm playing with them, because man, 2,000 Suns but none of the Zangors. Then that means I'm not doing the 1,000 Suns combat patrol, because it's all Zangors. It's got like 3 wizards. Google a finished picture of one and see if they're still there. Yeah. I'll I'm pretty sure they are spikes, because they've got them on the sides of the knees as well. You're confused with this line of thinking. What does it mean? Silver, it's I don't know if I should even I don't know if I'm able to say this on stream without getting like suppressed by the algorithm. There'd be 8 models of 38. It's not. Yeah, what was I gonna say? 8 models of 38. Yeah, the most of the combat patrol is just Zangors. Necrons are cool, but most of Necron stuff is just warriors. The Necron combat patrol I have isn't the new one. I don't know if the new one runs warriors or not, but the one that I have has 5 immortals, 5 death marks, 3 tomb blades, a lord, and a what are they called? And a knight scythe, which I've built and mostly painted but haven't finished. Okay, so these are 2 head variants, I think. Okay, we've got smooth head and we've got head with a symbol on it. I think head with a symbol on it is the one we want to go with, surely. Yeah, this head is quite cool. Okay, we can start assembling. Yeah, I thought these were like knees or something at first. I was like holding them like this. Like, how does this go together? But no, yeah, it is the head. So let's just set him up. Let's do the vote now. We'll still wait a little bit longer because we've only been going for half an hour. I'm happy that you've got the zeal though. So head, chest, pants. Okay, yeah, I don't need instructions. They're straightforward enough. Smooth head sounds like a really crappy Dick Tracy villain. What do you want? Here's when you got 19 minutes before you got to go. Well, I'll run it before you leave, Noah. But let's just give it a second. This go on his back? Oh no, this goes here. What goes in on his back then? Oh, there's this here. Okay, this is his pants. Oh, that goes on his back like that. Wait, does it go like this? And then this goes like this. And then this in here. Okay, it looks all pretty straightforward. I think I understand. And I believe... Oh, does that go up like that? I think this might go up upwards. Yeah, that makes more sense. That fits better as well. I don't know what the point of these bits is, though. It's upside down, they point upward. I see. Thank you. I had his backpack upside down. Yeah, yeah. Cool. Show me what you've got in store. You got an email from Australia Post today. Your Wraithguard on the way. Oh, nice. Okay, let's just get a little bit of super glue on here. That might be a lot bit of super glue I just put on there. In fact, let's wipe a little bit of that off. Just like that. Beautiful. You wish you had a bunch of minis to paint? Yeah, no you don't, just a few to start. Exactly, listen to Silver, you do not wish you had a bunch of minis to paint. I have too many, it is an issue. It is not a luxury, it is an issue, a problem. Don't do it. You start with 2 1k lists. Yikes. You wish you had too many because they're fun to paint. They're fun to paint, but they're expensive and they make you feel really bad when they're sitting there and you haven't painted them. They just stare at you from the corner of the room and make you feel useless. You're like, why have I not done these? I want to paint them, but I can't do all of them. To some a curse, but others a blessing. It's both a blessing and a curse. Half the fun comes from buying them. That's why it's so easy to get more. Yeah, it's fun to paint, but you would then buy more before you finish painting the first ones. Exactly. It's dangerous business. Oh shit, did I put this on backwards? Oh shit, this might be backwards. There we are. Yeah, I noticed in time, thankfully. You buy them and get excited, then realize you have a backlog, or so you've heard. You paint faster than you order. Yeah, I don't paint faster than I order. I definitely order faster than I paint. I reckon I'll throw up the poll now, because I think people are starting to stream in. And I'll leave it up for a little while. And I'll just leave that one up for a little while. What Thousand Suns combat patrol is it? It's the one with 50 billion Zangors, brother. It's all Zangors. 'You have minis on your table, partly painted and more and more on the way, plus a lot more. Plus you have 2 Warhound Titans in different stages of building. Help, you're crazy. Yeah. Silver, that this is, you have no one to blame except yourself. I'm sorry. You have no sympathy for me because I have no sympathy for myself when I do the same shit. Yeah, I think this is the position of the legs. What am I going to do with my Tau? Play with them? Yeah, so I probably will play with the Tau eventually. I think as it stands, the amount of Tau I'll have will put me over 1,000 points, at least. So I'll be able to play small games with them. But for 2k points, I would be, I'll be working on, I'll be using my Knights. 5 of 5 voted for Necrons, I see, okay. It's a pretty... it's a pretty strong majority. Pretty unanimous there. $2,000 if I get the extra stuff. If I get the extra stuff that you mentioned, yeah. So I will probably get to that eventually, but I need to restrain myself now. I need to give my bank account time to recover. Yeah, this is such a cool model. Like, it's so detailed. Want a quick 1K Space Marines list? I'm good. I'm not a huge Space Marines guy. But I've got the Leviathan box already, so I've got a fair few Space Marines models. But yeah, this is such a cool model. Look at this. You know, you then have more 7 more Titans to build and paint after. Yeah, you're crazy, especially since you're building. I think you're building a Warhound as well, a Warlord as well. Yeah, I cannot compare, Silver. Like, it's just you are on a different level in terms of projects. Where is this guy's arm meant to be pointing? I assume he's just pointing it forward so he can shoot the wrist blaster thing. I'm assuming it's just like that. You got an hour increase, so you have more monies, or you have extra money to spend on minis. Nice. That is the correct allocation of funds. Okay. I haven't really needed to clean up sprues too much, but there are some here and there that do need to be cleaned up, like on the bottom of the hand here. But you kind of need to be careful with these resin ones, because if you, like, it's quite easy to chunk them when you're trying to scrape the sprues clean. We already knew that Silver was vaguely mentally aberrant. That's not a particularly nice way of putting it. It's a big axe. This is a large axe. You're gonna be building a 4x8 asteroid-based table for 40k? Ooh, that'd be very cool. You dropped your Dire Vampire Vat and broke half the wing off. Rip. Trying to figure out how this is meant to sit. Must be like this. I think this is where it's meant to sit. Okay, there it is. That's the spot. Do I like Age of Sigmar, the minis? I like the Skaven. That's about it. I am not a huge Age of Sigmar guy. But I do love me some rat boys. Oh, okay. I was wondering what's meant to go there, and I forgot that there are little things on the bases here that I missed. There were little parts that I remember seeing, and then I forgot about them. And not on this one. I'm gonna have to dig for these. I've lost them. Oh, I think I see one. Yep, this bit here. I don't know what I'm looking at here, but I'll set that aside. And then there should be another one. Here it is. I don't know what it's meant to be, though. Oh, okay, I think I understand now. This is meant to join across the top like this. I think that's what these are meant to do. Yeah, that looks like it. So I'll need to clean this one up in my left hand. I should make the Ballistus Dread from the Leviathan set, or the Screamer Killer. Well, I mean, I've already done the Screamer Killer. It's on my left, buried underneath a mound of shit. Okay, so these are weapons. I got it now. I understand. These are shoulder-mounted guns. You gotta go, sadly? Righto. I'll catch you later, Noah. Thanks for hopping by, mate. And I'll see about potentially streaming like an hour earlier starting from next week. I'll give it a shot. Hello, hey Sanju. How you going, mate? You sorry? That's all good, mate. You can't help it. You gotta go. Have fun. Thanks, mate. Have a good one. How's building going? Yeah, it's going well. These wraiths are, or these Wraithguard are simple enough. Like they're surprisingly simple kits. So I'm not struggling too much in that regard. And they're very cool. I like them. This is the first one still. I don't fully understand what the purpose of this bit on the back of the head is. Like, I don't know if this is a sprue or if this is just what's meant, if it's just meant to be like that. I'll put it on in any case, but because there's no other parts. This is the first stream where you're not either building or painting alongside. Oh, righto. How big are they height-wise compared to a Space Marine? I don't have a Space Marine immediately in front of me. Actually, I do. One sec. I'll just quickly glue this on, and then I will show. They're about twice the height. No Infernus Dark Angel. No, he's on my shelf about 3 meters away. But otherwise, on my desk right now, I have got this this Alfarius. I guess this isn't a Space Marine. This is a Primarch. So it's a bit bigger than a Primarch. By the way, I have this Alfarius here, who's been sitting here for a very long time. Yeah, so the Dark Angel, the Infernus Dark Angel probably comes up to around Alfarius' pauldron. Insert, is it Omegon joke? Well, I mean, I would rather it be Omegon, because Omegon is the cooler one. And also, hopefully, the one that is still alive. Gonna find the way his this arm is meant to sit. I think it's just about there. Alfarius created the Blood Games and witnessed the Unification Wars. Yeah, but Omegon's the one. Omegon's the chiller. Oh shit! I just bumped the head a bit. Also, fun thing is both were technically both as they swapped names after meeting. I see. Omegon is the more cocky and arrogant one. But isn't Alfarius the one who was like actually traitor, and Omegon was the one who was probably not traitor? Omegon's the more cocky one, hence more likely to have misread Dawn and gotten KO'd. Right. Yeah, I'll go get an actual Dark Angel so we can compare to the size of a regular Space Marine. Yeah, here is our regular Space Marine size comparison. You watched an hour-long documentary from a channel that has far too much time invested in this. Alpha Legion fans try to be normal. Alright. Knowing GW, they'll change the lore and make them all alive, and the two missing Primarchs will break out of their cells on their rock and we'll be females, woohoo. Well, we'll just have to wait and see. Are the two missing Primarchs on the rock? Is that what it is? Or are you just saying that that'll be like the most convenient place for them to show up from? OG guy, most likely the one that was alive is Alfarius, the first Primarch found, most likely to be a loyalist. Right, I thought that, yeah, I thought it was, Omegon was the one that was most likely to be a loyalist. Well, you know. Ooh, this one's got a sword. This will be cool. Make this shit flaming and stuff. That'd be awesome. You've no joke, see Redditors, that'd be a good plot point to make the two missing Primarchs to be women. Number 2 is on the rock and the other one's lost in the warp. I see. I wasn't aware that one was actually on the rock. But also the thing is, like, GW is deliberately not going to unveil both of the missing Primarchs. They might do one, but there's no way they'd do both, because the whole reason of having missing Primarchs is so that they can in-law justify people making their own legions and stuff. If you're not wrong, at the time of at the time of their death, the one that died was calling itself Alfarius, and the other was calling themselves Omegon. Based on personality, they were likely swapped. I see. Alas, those people can cry, as it's stated by the Goat Malkador that the Emperor should have made some female Primarchs, but didn't. Right. The one on the rock is awake and taunts the Watcher in the dark. I see. By the way, do we know what the Watchers in the Dark are? Because all I know is that the Changeling was on the rock and encountered a Watcher in the Dark and freaked the fuck out. When are the Watchers getting their own version of a Primarch? I would be scared. Xenos. Yeah, I know that much. I know that they're Xenos. Xenos that despise chaos. Right. Yeah, all I know is that they're funny little Jawa guys that like the Dark Angels. You believe that the Dark Angels tried killing them all for a while and they couldn't, then once the Dark Angels started vanishing, they decided to just let the little guys coexist, I see. Who wins in a fight, Necrons or Star Wars? Surely Necrons, right? But I mean, Necrons in their current state are kind of dog shit because there's not many of them left, and they're really fragmented. But if like War in Heaven Necrons surely would win without a doubt, like hands down, easy peasy. But I don't know about 40k Necrons. Because like for Star Wars standards, it's like planet destroying weapons are crazy. Like that's like holy shit that a weapon can destroy a planet. But the Necrons are just like, yeah, we poked the celestial orrery and a star blew up. It is what it is. Wouldn't mess with the Watchers, they're more powerful than Space Marines. They're funny little guys. But yeah, like, as far as I'm aware, the Necrons just have god people in cages. True. The Silent King just powers his chair using a broken god. Just envisioned a Watcher tripping and falling while running behind Azrael. Look, the Watchers, they're just funny little guys. But yeah, like the main advantage that Star Wars tends to have over 40k when you do like these power scaling comparisons is just the sheer size of it, and they're faster than light travel, right? But like in terms of actual like strength of weapons, 40k usually wins on every front. Alright, you're at your meds, and you're gonna watch a movie. See you tomorrow. Right, catch you later, Silver. You thought the Necrons don't use warp for light speed travel? They don't. I don't know how the Necrons FTL works, but yeah, I think the main issue for Necrons versus Star Wars would just be size, because there are not many Necrons left, and they are not united. But I guess most of Star Wars isn't united either. So if we're uniting them, like if united Necrons versus united Star Wars, surely Necrons would win. Because they have like, they still have the Celestial Orrery. That's just like, they win every fight if they use the Celestial Orrery. Like, there's no question. Some smart man synopsis on what the Watchers are. Oh, yeah. Go on. I want to know. Or are you saying the they're funny little guys is the smart man synopsis? Because I'm ready to accept that explanation as well. Yeah, I remember the first time I was trying to assemble a 3D printed mini. I was so scared and being like so careful with the sprues. And now it's like, I understand that I just need to crunch the sprues really low down and it just comes free on its own. Synopsis was just above. It might have gotten filtered. Unless the synopsis was, they are my sons. Because like the only messages I can see are, yeah, they are my sons, and then some smart man synopsis. Oh, also, it looks like I missed a thing where you said, the Necrons still have free will and are most still asleep. So, while yes, they do need to wake up, most of them do not have free will. So, the Silent King released most of them, from his control. But, basically, most of the lower tier Necrons, like most of the weaker ones, do not have free will. They are still they're held they're bound to the will of the overlords of their tomb worlds, and a lot of them have just like lost their minds completely. But the higher ranking Necrons do have free will. I don't know what you meant by free will was if the overlords or high-ranking Necrons are free or still shackled to his will in this scenario. Oh, right. I see. Yeah, in the power scaling question, I would say that they are all united. I'd say they're all bound to the Silent King. Because if we're going United Star Wars versus United Necrons, then I would say that, yes, we would say that the Necrons are shackled to the Silent King in that scenario. That's a big issue in 40k. Necron Civil War Inbound, yeah, with like the Stormlord and all that sort of thing. With Emotep, is it Emotech or Emotep? It's probably Emotech, right? Yeah, all sorts of crazy shit. And then there was the whole Infinite Divine shit with Trazyn and Orokin. And then the Silent King coming home and he's like, guys, chill. There are some fucked up bugs that are going to eat all of the organic life in the galaxy. We can't have that. Can we please just stop fighting? You love how Orokin could turn back time forever in a court case and still always lost to Trazyn. Trazyn is just too good. That is just a skill difference. Even with infinite redos, he just could not win. Third time's the charm with the Watchers thing. You trying again? Is it? I still haven't seen a Watchers thing come through. If it's a long message, it might just be getting blocked outright. You'll break it into two? Alright. They're actually higher dimensional beings according to the novel Dreadwing. That's why they can appear anywhere at any time. Their appearance is merely a lower dimensional projection of their true self. I see. So they are eldritch horrors, is what you're saying. We cannot comprehend the scope of the Watchers in the Dark. The changeling looks at it and is scared because it can't understand what it's looking at. Then you'd say so. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I guess the changeling looking at it and shitting his pants is probably... that's probably enough to say that the Watchers in the Dark are something deeply fucked up. figure out how this sits properly. Because these arms don't go in super smoothly, which is a little annoying. I think it's there, though. I think that's where it wants it to be. Just need to hold it like this for a second. There we are, that looks good. Shit. Maybe a little more glue. That should be heaps. In fact, perhaps a little too much. We shall see. You yearn to buy Carnifexes, except the kit is 20 years old and the molds they use seem to be failing bad. So hoping the next edition they'll get a new kit and wait to buy them. Do you think they will get a new kit? Because are not all of the new Tyranid models from the Leviathan set? Or when the new edition drops, will there be more Tyranids, do you reckon? I was under the impression that all of the new Tyranids came with Leviathan. It was just all like the Brain Boys. Oh, this arm is really not sitting well. Hoping that when the glue dries, it'll hold a little bit better. Just want Votan to have a range and agents to be viable, but you're pretty sure 11th edition won't even make that a possibility. Yeah, I want Votan to get more attention. New models every edition from now on, you reckon? Maybe only one at a time as most got this edition? Right. Leviathan mainly brought refreshers of a lot of Nid models, added Norns and the Pyrovore. I see. If I'm ever curious of how old a model is, Google Lexicon and model range. That might be handy for me in deciding what big minis I should be getting. Well, I'm pretty sure it doesn't really matter too much because pretty much all of the knights are really old models, aren't they? Or a lot of them are. And I've already bought my knights anyway, so knowing doesn't help me now. I bought knights? Huh? What? Huh? What? I bought knights? Did I say that? No, I didn't say that, right? What? Huh? No. Ola's Questora's plastic one is like 7. I see. That's really cool. Anyway, do Do you think I should do the round head or the like the smooth head or the one with the pattern for this guy? I reckon we'll do the one with the pattern as well. Maybe we'll do like 1 or 2 with the smooth head, you know? How many good? So how many what? Yeah, I think that maybe I wonder what weapons the other Wraithguard have. That'd be really cool. Let's finish this guy up and quickly move on. See if we can have a look at what the other Wraithguard have. You like the smooth one, but that's just you. Maybe what I'll do a couple with the pattern on them, and I'll do a few with the smooth heads. Oh, system notification. Are we still here? I think we're still here. Show us the night list, please. Don't you dare gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss us. It's a bit over 2k. It's a little bit over 2k. It's a lot of nights. It's a little bit over 2k. It's about 1 armature over 2k points. Christmas box or Lanky Boy box? I wanted to get the Lanky Boy box, but it's sold out. So I got the Christmas box, and I got one of the standalone Lanky Boys and a Lancer. So 2 standalone Lanky Boys. And the Christmas box. So my Knights list will be a total of 2 Westoris, 4 Armigers, and 2 Lanky Boys. One of them being a Lancer, one of them being the Chainblade and Gun guys. Lancer is beautiful. It is. It's a very cool mini. Gonna steal my Knights. The Lanky Boy box sold out before the Christmas box. It did. It was sad because you guys in chat were saying, look, if you're gonna get one, get the Christmas box because the Lanky Boy box isn't going anywhere. And I was like, okay, I'll think on it. And then I checked back and the Christmas box was still there and the Lanky Boys were gone. I was like, what? Before, it's been out there for months. I know that, but people are like, it's been out there for months, it's not going anywhere. Yeah, I'm gonna see what weapons are available. Okay, so we've got 1 more axe and 2 more swords. So I reckon, so what would that mean? That means we've got 2 axes, 3 swords. So maybe we have 2 of the axe boys have the patterned head, and 1 of the sword boys have the patterned head, and then the 2 remaining sword boys will have smooth heads. So this sword boy that I'm doing now will have a smooth head. Yeah, trying to think of how I'd do this. Maybe actually, I pull the patterned head off this sword boy. Just snap his head off. And we'll do only patterned heads for the axe boys, and then smooth heads for all the sword boys. Give me your head! Good thing. Good news, the super glue works well. Ow! You don't know when the Christmas box is being sent out? The 29th. Yeah, the 29th. Yeah, I'm gonna need to shorten this this sprue here, because some of the previous one got left behind. Need to shorten it a little bit again. It'll basically just be enough so that I know that it's sitting in the right spot. Yeah, that'll be good. Now I just need to get some more glue. We'll just put a drop on his neck. Getting a 3D printer next week? Oh, wow. I'm avoiding that. I feel like if I get a 3D printer, it'll all be over for me. I will be finished. Like, there's no going back at that point. Okay, yeah, the smooth head is quite cool. My guy is speedrunning the hobby for real. Yeah, I reckon having the patterned head on the axes and the smooth head on the swords will be that's a nice distinction. You sense judgment, you respect the judgment. Look, I had to fight off the urge to get a 3D printer. Like, I got to the point where I was watching videos on, like, differences between 3D printers and the best 3D printers for doing miniatures. And then I was like, okay, this is too much effort for me. It looks too complex. I have too many hobbies to learn how to 3D print nicely as well. I made the executive decision that that I could not be fucked. Black Friday, baby. I see. Yeah, it wasn't a matter of money for me. It was a matter of that this is too much effort. You can't be asked with a 3D printer. There are a lot of Space Marine files that also look ever so slightly off. Uncanny Valley Warhammer Edition. Yeah, that's why that's why I really like the Major Mini stuff, is because I feel like a lot of third-party models, they are similar, but they're just not quite right. They do just land in that uncanny valley. But I feel like a lot of the Major Mini stuff is like, it just looks really good. You saw a Tyberos STL that had him in Gravis and it hurt? Oof. Tyberos in Gravis is a sin. I'm not sure what the I'm not sure what the... I know that Major Minis has a Tyberos. I don't know the different armor patterns, so I can't comment on how good it is. He's too squatty with Major Minis version. Yeah, I feel like I'm pretty sure the Major Minis one is one of their older minis, and I saw it and I wasn't a huge fan of it. Have I seen Coca-Cola's new AI ad? No. I don't think I want to. What do you mean, what do you mean by AI ad? Like, is it like an AI voice ad? Is it like trying to appeal to the, is it like trying to appeal to the, what do you call it? The fucking TikTok Zoomers? With like the female TikTok AI voice? Fully AI generated, looks about as shit as one would expect. Right. I hate AI. It's so bad. Where creativity goes to die. Have I seen Celestian Sacrosanct Aveline? No. What? I don't think I have no idea what that would even be referring to. Celestian Sacrosanct Aveline, who is that? Your miss has her? It's not about the size of him, it's the proportions. Yeah, the Major Minis Tyberos, I think, yeah, it feels like he's almost like a dwarf. It's like he's got a really short torso. It's a sister's model, one of your favorite models in general. Is it an official one? You're in favor of using AI for storyboarding placeholder, not as a finished product, especially from all these massive companies. I think that generative AI is only okay if it has been if it is trained off of stuff that was specifically made to train the AI. Like, you hire an artist to paint, or you hire 20 artists to paint 2,000 pictures over the course of a year or whatever, and you pay them with the intent, or with and they know that you are using this shit to train an AI. You've risen. Hey, Liam. It's an official model. I see. Yeah, I'm not super big into a lot of sisters models, but that's just because most of the ones that I see are like the penitent engines and that sort of thing, which are just kind of all like, meh. We still talking about kidnapping saltwater crocodiles? We are not. At the moment, we're back on another one of my AI rants. It's very easy. Easiest way to trigger me is talk about AI. Because I'm very big in like voiceover and stuff. Like I did voiceover courses and that sort of thing. So for me, it's like AI hits very close to home for me, because it's like, fuck, man, like the VO industry is just gonna get destroyed by generative AI. Despise AI bros talking or acting like AI art is the most fire-looking shit ever when it mostly looks wank. The issue is that AI art is getting to the point where it can fly under the radar and you won't know that you're looking at AI art. And so it's like, and what it's also doing is now you see certain artists who their art style has been plagiarized so much that now you see their real art and you're like, oh, it's AI. You've seen multiple calling cards from the 06 to the AI, and seems like most Reddit village idiots are defending it. Yeah. Yeah, AI hurts my soul. I think that generative AI has the potential to be really cool if it's responsibly managed, but there's no way to responsibly manage it. So multiple people saying, doesn't matter. I'm sorry, but games are more expensive than ever. The company has no right to cut corners when they're charging for literally everything. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's just like, companies will do everything they can to save money wherever possible. And if that means that they don't have to pay artists anymore, then so be it. So on with fabric fusing to flesh, hair appearing and disappearing, skulls with multiple rows of teeth in the background. People looked at this and I really said, I don't know why people are saying this is AI. Yeah. I feel like the main tells as to whether something is AI or not, you look at hands, you look at where hair meets fabric, you look at where fabric like goes like around like a body. It's like whenever something disappears and needs to reappear somewhere else, if it doesn't, it might be AI. Or if the hands are hiding, or yeah, there's lots of like tells, but the issue is that as time goes on, these tells are getting harder and harder to spot, which makes it harder and harder to recognize if something is actually AI generated or not. Hear me out. Buy a space ring, get it professionally painted, bring it to a contest, win $10,000, continue the cycle. If only it was so easy. I feel like there are probably some points of failure in that plan. The catch-22. If it looks bad, it's an artist mock-up. If it looks great, then it can't be then it can't be AI because AI can't make it that good whilst continuing to gloat on how good AI looks. Yep. AI tech bros are they're specimens. Not a whole lot we can do about it though. Like if the artist sees them any that they painted in a competition, then they'd be like, yo, what the fuck? I painted this, give me the money. Like generally with those sorts of things, when you get art commissioned, there are terms on the commissioning of art. And I would assume that would apply to getting a mini painted as well. You'd freak out if you did a commission and it won an award. Yeah, I mean, because that's like that's what it's like with things like voiceover work, for example. Just because this is the space where I'm more knowledgeable on this thing. It's like you charge differently depending on whether you're voicing for private stuff or something that will be used professionally to make money. So, if I were to record something for just for like someone's personal project, then it would be a lot cheaper than if I were recording something for a game that they were intending to sell for profit. You were gluing a mini together, and when you went to reach for the paintbrush, the mini was stuck to your hand. You froze for a solid minute and a half because you realized your whole hand was super glued to a mini. It's happened to all of us. You'd be excited, but you'd also press charges. Yeah, that's the thing is, there is a very big difference between commissioning art for personal use and for professional use, and entering it into a competition would definitely come under the purview of professional use. For fuck's sake, they're making a live action on How to Train Your Dragon? No. Why can't we just let it rest? Why must we desecrate all good things? Speaking of minis getting glued to your hand, have I done Necrons before? Yeah, I've done a few Immortals, and I've mostly painted a Night Scythe. I've figured out the color scheme that I want to do for my Necrons. Yeah, it's just a matter of actually doing it now. The dragons actually look really good, can't lie. At least it's on the better end, or better looking end of live actions. Yeah, the thing is, maybe it will be good. It could be good. It's unlikely, but we can hope. Hollywood, try to be original, challenge impossible. Trying out a basic idea, or basing idea with some milliput, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I'd say that basing with milliput is fun. Sculpting with milliput is not fun. Any flesh eaters trying to get some inspiration? You've never painted Warhammer, so you want to see how you should go about like the crappiest faction? Or flesh eaters or flayed ones? So flesh eaters being the So Flesh Eaters are a Blood Angels chapter. Flayed ones are the Necrons that cover themselves in skin. Oh, sorry, not Flesh Eaters. I'm thinking Flesh Terrors. Because I haven't painted any flayed ones. I don't think I have any flayed ones in the combat patrol that I have. Oh, flesh eater courts like the zombies. Okay, no, I don't really touch fantasy too much. The only fantasy that I've done is the Skaven, like the Skaven from Skaventide, which I've got here. And I haven't done many of them. I've only done a couple of rat ogres. What sort of position do we want to do the arms in? It looks like this one, the arm is meant to have the sword out in front, like this. Might start with Skaven, because Skaven are just so goofy. Look, Skaven are the best faction in all of Warhammer. It's just the way it is, I'm sorry. In all Warhammer settings, the Skaven are just the funniest ones. They're just the goofiest boys, the funniest rat bastards. You can 3D print a ton of small Santa hats and make a few Christmas zombies just to upset some people. Look, Christmas, like Santa hat Skaven would be the coolest shit. Like that is awesome. I would run a Santa hat Skaven army. Yeah, I think, how is this meant to sit? I think this is meant to sit like this. Give a rat ogre a Santa beard and a Christmas joy gun. I just like the idea of all the Skaven slaves with little Santa hats. Like, that's so good. Can't figure out if he's meant to have his arm up like this, because it feels like he's like, this is way too high, I think. Otherwise it can be lower down, like this. Yeah, I reckon maybe we do it lower down like this. Just the big bell cartons and just a big Christmas bell with a bunch of elf Skaven infantry, put some mistletoe on it. Yeah, like mistletoe on the bell would actually make it so good. And just make the bell like really like clean and shiny. Yeah, I'll need to hold this still for a bit because the arm moves around a lot. Turn the giant rat gun into a freeze ray. Rudolph rat ogres. Yeah, like it's so good. I feel like the Skaven have to be the faction that is the most compatible with Christmas theming, no? It's because they're so goofy to begin with. Maybe after the Christmas faction, you do Hello Kitty's, Hello Kitty Black Templars. What? Or heart and pink Necrons. Oh, I was just about to call this guy finished, but I forgot to put the shoulder weapons on. You got a Death Guard Blightbringer and you're stoked? It's like the third best Nurgle model. Yeah, I'm really not familiar enough with the Nurgle models. Yeah, I should check them out some more because there are some really nice Nurgle models behind the Harbinger and Morty. The Mortarion model is phenomenal. The wings on that thing are beautiful. Okay, that's 3 down. Moving on to our 4th Wraithguard. So this is one of the ones with the axe, so we're going to do another one with the pattern on the head. You saw a third-party mini that made him a her, but they fucked up the wings, and I was like, well, that sucks. Made him a her, as in, like, made female Mortarion? So I was making thick Tyranids. Oh my god. I thought we'd gotten away from the thick Tyranids discussion. It's been so long. Who was it in chat who was thirsting over Tyranids back then? Like, a couple of weeks ago. We had, like, a serial fucking Tyranid thirster. Woman Mortarion, I see. Liam, don't talk down on the Thictor. Oh, it was Commissar. Commissar was the serial thirster. Victor's on top. Yeah, I love how little cleanup this takes. Like, there are very few sprue marks that need to actually be cleaned. It's quite nice. And the few ones that there are, I can just scrape them away with a fingernail. You'll never understand the Thictor meme. Sanju, it's not a meme. This is serious business. The Thictor is a way of life. Yeah, I also do not get it. I cannot align myself with these bug fuckers. Did I have to wash the resin before gluing? No, so it's all pre-washed. Yeah, they make it very nice and easy. Like, I could probably get a slightly better finish done if I did wash it all beforehand. You've seen the Thictor pop up on Etsy and it costs more than the real model most times. I see. Hands of Battle literally painted one. It's not a meme anymore. I have not seen the Thictor yet. I know of the Thictor. I've only heard whispers. I don't actually... Why did I put glue on this? I don't even have any... I don't even have the chest cut out yet. Why did I do this? To be fair, the Neurolictor is pretty cheap. Okay. That should be fine. Hopefully it'll still glue even with a little bit of dried glue on it. To make a Christmas Skaven mowing down enemies on a sleigh. Do it. That sounds awesome. I'm all down for Skaven doing funny stuff. Clan Scryer in the holiday season. Skaven Doom Wheel with with a bunch of Christmas lights on it. Skaven Doom Wheel with just a cookie theme. Or a wreath. Oh, a wreath would be good, actually.
I'm going to have sprues all through my carpet for weeks. No matter how many times I vacuum, I'm still gonna miss it. Gonna be stepping on plastic forever. I don't already. I mean, I try to keep it pretty clean, but these 3D printed minis, when I crunch the bottom like this, it just fires little shards of resin everywhere. Skaven Storm Fiends, but they're just snowmen. No, I like the idea of a Skaven Hellpit Abomination, and you put a Santa hat on every Skaven head that's sticking out of it. Absolutely. They are all feeling festive. Oh, this is probably the thickest sprue that I've seen on the 3D print right here. That one's crazy. Shit, you gotta go, it's been real. Alright, I'll catch you later, Liam. Thanks for hopping in. Have a good one, mate. Okay, so this is an axe boy, so we'll do the patterned head for this one. Okay, and we're just about good to start assembling this one. Just cut out the shoulder weapons. Yeah, I'm really impressed with the quality of the print here. Major Minis have definitely gotten better at printing neatly over time. Like, these sprues are not snapping any of the minor details when I pull them off, and I just Oh shit, did I just fire the piece that I was... Found it, it landed on my lap. But yeah, like the important bits don't get damaged when I crush the sprues, and it all just pulls away really easily. Quite good. He's still making calendars. I believe his new calendar is not a nudie calendar. It's his one for next year is like lore accurate art and stuff. And then if people buy enough of them, he's going to release a he's going to release some cosplay stuff. But yeah, next year's calendar is not a pornographic one. Damn. People change. Well, I mean, I think he's still hiring cosplayers. I believe it's like he's saying if he sells enough of the regular calendars, he's going to release a Sanguinius cosplay that he hired someone for. Shit. I think I need to put glue on a couple more points of contact to make this this backpack stick on properly. I think it's like I need a little bit like there and there. I can't just do the pin. Because there are these two seams on the shoulders that I want to get flush. But in order to get them flush, I think it loses some surface area elsewhere. It's like right there is where we want it. Yeah, I think the one thing that I'm a little disappointed about these Wraithguard with is that all of them are in the same walking stance. Like, all of them are taking the same step forwards. Other than that, though, they're very cool. Very impressed with them. These things look easy to paint with a nice dry brush, to be honest. Yeah, they look really neat. Yeah, there's like a lot of really nice edges to catch with a dry brush. Yeah, I feel like if you're the edges are raised, they're not super raised though, so you need to be pretty careful. But if you're really gentle, I reckon you could get some really good finishes with a dry brush. See if we can get a different arm pose than what we've got with the other ones. Can I get him like drawing it back? Not quite. I can't really get him with it raised up. Nah, that doesn't look good. We'll go like this. Nice and simple. Oh shit, did that shift the arm at all? No, it didn't. Okay, cool. Oh, just leave it like this if we can. Nice. And I don't know, do we want to have him pointing this arm forwards? Because all of the, like, the other three are all doing this same shit with the wrist blaster. I feel like we can try get this in a different position. So it's not that, so they're not just like a firing line doing the same pose. Yeah, I reckon this is fine. He's just walking forwards, he's not squaring up with anyone. And then this is the patterned head. Yep, cool. Now it's just the shoulder weapons, and then we'll move on to our last Wraithguard, and then we can do the Wraith Lord after that, which will be a lot of fun. I'm keen to see how the Wraith Lord looks. Yeah, I considered getting the super big Wraith unit that they were doing as well in the limited run. It was either like Knight size or Titan size, but I decided against it. I was like, it's so big, and also I'm not sure if I'm a huge fan of the design because it looked a little bit too much like a Gundam for my liking. Okay, so on to our last Wraithguard. So this is another sword guy. How many I got? So it's a squad of 5 Wraithguard, and then there's 1 Wraithlord. So we're making pretty good pace on these. Oh. Just fired some more bits of plastic into the carpet. That'll be fun finding it later. Oh my, that just fired massive, like a massive spray of them at my face. I'm going to stand up and drop just like a shower of plastic onto the floor. Cool, there we are. And Mach 4 sprue detected. There were multiple. They've flown across the room. I'm never seeing them again. Your rain got restocked a couple of days ago and it's already sold out again. Geez, almost as fast as the Calidus Assassin. They don't keep the character units in stock as like a permanent thing. It really shows a hotbox to get. Yeah, I would have imagined that she would be a relatively constantly stocked item, kind of like the Demon Primarchs. Because there's like always Mortarion and Angron and Magnus available to get, aren't there? You'd think that your rain would be similar. No, as in the stock ran out. Oh yeah, no, but I mean, like, you'd think that they would make enough of them for her to like to cover for demand. Remember that GW stocks every shop in the world from 3 factories in Nottingham, right? Which is also a lot cheaper than the Demon Primarchs. Right, okay. Yes, lower barrier to entry. But I guess it is surprising, yeah, because Eldar are one of the less popular factions, I would have imagined. At least given the way GW treats them in lore. You would imagine that they are less popular. Xeno's army character has less importance than Demon Primarchs? Yeah. GW just don't give a fuck about Eldar. She doesn't deserve more. She doesn't deserve more models. GW just hate all Xenos. True. Feels bad being a Xenos fan. Like all of my favorite factions are Xenos factions. Actually, I guess that's not true because Thousand Suns. But like, I fucking love Necrons and Tau. And Eldar are really cool. She's mandatory to play Inari. Right. What are the Inari? Like, how are they different from regular Eldar? Especially Inari, they were meant to get a trilogy, 2 out of 3 dropped, and then the 3rd never came. I heard about that. Yeah, I heard that the, yeah, man, it's so bad. But yeah, what are the Inari? How are they different to, like, the Craft Worlders? Because if Xenos get more models in lore than Ultramarines can't. It's not like there's a limited supply of, like, models that they can make or whatever. But it's like, if the Xenos armies get more models, it doesn't mean that, like, they just need to make the Xenos armies more popular. It's like... You love Inari though because you can play Eldar and Dark Eldar. Oh, like you can run them together? Worship of a certain god. Because the Inari are a relatively new faction, aren't they? It's not like they were always there. Like, they're relatively new, right? biggest annoyance is the haha lieutenant thing. There are too many, and all the new ones are us, except the line is still missing 3 or 4 actual lieutenants. Right. Isn't it the queens that worship the laughing god? Yeah, it's the harlequins that worship the laughing god, right? Um, They got rid of the course lieutenant. Your poor brother Zachariah, Dark Angel's lieutenant, was peak. I am not familiar with any of these characters or any of this lore. Okay, and this guy needs to have what angle do we want the arm at for this one? I feel like the arm has to be up for this guy. Maybe I can have him like bracing his sword. Can I get that to reach? I can. The Inari worship the god of the dead, who believe they can save them from Slaanesh. I see. Okay. It's a robed Dark Angels model, sword, chest piece, sword in one hand, plasma pistol in the other, and 10,000 times better than any Ultramarine, any shitty Ultramarine House Lieutenant. Okay. Except the Blade Guard one, he's cool as fuck too. Right. Yvrain's the prophet. Oh, so if they worship the god of the dead, that's why Yvrain was able to pull that fucked up prank on the Thousand Sons. That's why she was able to punk Ahriman like that. All makes sense now. You like the Lieutenant from Leviathan? Think he's pretty neat. For Oscar with the Nid's Guts is cool. I haven't looked closely at all of the Leviathan Space Marines. They were not the main interest to me when I got the set. The main interest for me was the Tyranids. Like, I will do the Space Marines eventually. That's why I got the whole Leviathan set instead of just getting some Tyranids. But, yeah, the Tyranids are the main thing. The main interest. Make the Sandboys walk into the void after reviving them. Yeah. Like, the fact that she was able to revive them because it's the god of the dead, like Power of the God of the Dead. You accidentally painted your marines and nids too closely in color, and they and had to come up with a random contrasting color for nids, and it turned out better than your actual nids. Right, okay. Look, sometimes it's just you just need these happy little accidents, you know? It works out in the end. Hey, and this is our last Wraithguard. Just like that. Cool. Wraithguard assembled. So we'll set him aside to dry, and now I can do the Wraith Lord. Got all 5 spare heads in there. Got our bases. We'll keep them over here. And now it's time for the big bastard. We'll zoom this out a little bit. Oh, look at the size of this sword. Holy shit. It's the size of the Wraithguard. The sword is the size of the little guys. Oh, this is so cool. Excited for this. Holy shit, it's huge. That's the backpack. We've got one leg there. This guy's massive. You didn't like the Lord that much personally? Thought it was a bit too busy? Yeah, I think I like the Lord. It was the step up above him that I wasn't a huge fan of. Ooh, shit. Yeah, because there were 3 different size dudes that he did. Four head variants. Hang on. 2 copies of the same head variant, it looks like. Don't know why I got spares, but I'm not complaining. I don't know what I'll use them for. I could probably use them for, like, bases. Might have been the knight. The other one, the lady was pretty cool, but sold out by the time you looked. Yeah, I think the Farseer was... I feel like the Farseer was only in a display piece. It wasn't in like a tabletop scale. Holy shit. Yeah, I don't know. I am very happy with this. I reckon this is like, for me, this is a Wraith Lord. This is like the shit that, this is like what Wraith Lords looked to me in my kid brain when I was playing Dawn of War 1. The leg is as tall as the Wraithguard. Yeah, and so for this one, I will try to clean up some of the sprues because there are lots of little bumps that I can see on it because of the sheer scale of this. I want to make sure the finish is as nice as possible. Such a huge mound of plastic that I'm building up. I'm glad I've got these plastic bags that I can throw it all away in. Because otherwise it'd be bouncing around loose in my bin. The detail on the hands is really nice. It's like you can see the ligaments of the fingers and stuff. You're gonna have to move your Sister Zoe to make more room for your nids. The shoe holder thing you use to hold them is full, and you still need to add 10 barb gaunts and 20 termagaunts. By which 2 tall knights did I buy? Shield. So I got the Lancer, and from the it was one of the ones from the 2-pack, like the twin pack that sold out. It was the one that had the chain blade on one arm. I forgot the name of it. I'm pretty sure it was a type of Cerastus. I forgot the name of the particular model. But yeah, it's the one that had the chain blade on its right arm. What do we reckon? Sword or axe? Surely it's a sword. Surely we do sword. The sword's way cooler. Yeah, we do sword. Acheron. I think it was the Acheron, yeah. Same with Questoris, Dominus, and Armiger. Second word defines loadout. Yeah. Yeah, I believe the knight that I'm working on at the moment, the Questoris that I'm working on, its loadout is Knight Errant. So it's one of the cheaper ones I realized, which is nice. Yeah, because it's the twin melter cannon and the chainsword, which I believe is Knight Errant. I had a look through the little booklet to figure it out. Except half the Questoris can have the same loadouts. Right. Okay, so now we just cut out the head we want. Of course, we go with the longer head. The short head is goofy as hell. Wondering why they gave 2 different ones. I'm wondering if the is the sprue at a different angle? It is. Okay, it's to make it look in a different direction. Ow. We'll cut out both of the heads and then we'll figure out what we want to do with it as we assemble. Yeah, so it looks like one of them is looking to the side, the other's looking straight. I mean, surely the looking to the side head is the cooler one. Yeah, because he's going to be tilted at like that sort of angle, where this one's just going to be looking straight. We'll probably go with the one that's looking over his shoulder. We'll figure it out though. But let's start cleaning up any gross looking sprues, because I do want to have this have as smooth a finish as possible. looking to the side's more interesting. Yeah. It's more dynamic. I think the chest is honestly pretty good. I don't think I need to touch up anything here. Yeah, the chest is pretty good. Might just smooth out the point of contact so that it's a bit easier to glue. Backpack. Backpack has definitely got some bits that we want to fix up. I'll zoom it in because we're working on individual parts here. See if I can get this back in focus. Where is the focus? Focus is down quite low, so we bring it up. Yeah, okay, cool. That should be good. Yeah, because I think there was somewhere here I saw, yeah, I believe some of these are not part of the mold. Yeah, like that is a sprue. And that is also a sprue just in here. This one's a bit awkward to reach. That should be fine. What the fuck is optimal loadout? I just think it looks cool. That's the way. Yeah, just make the coolest looking minis and then put them on the table. That's the fun part. Hey, this is probably good. I think that's all of the egregious stuff done. The sword I definitely want to get smooth because there are some little bits along the back here. And down here. Also, man, it has been raining non-stop for the past couple of days. I hope this isn't the time of year, or this isn't like the time of decade, I should say, where Brisbane decides to flood again. That would not be great. Because we get that about once every 10 years. Whole city goes underwater. Pretty awesome. Massive fan of the Paladin. You should probably learn what configurations to run for a decent list, but burning shit and hitting it with a massive chainsaw is just too cool. Exactly. 10,000 years of rain for Australia. If only. The problem is Australia is the driest continent on the earth outside of Antarctica. It's just Brisbane. Time to turn the outback into a rainforest? I wish. We have the opposite problem. You live in the only rainforest in the country. Yeah, is that right? Far North Queensland, living in the Daintree rainforest. If a Terminator with both a plasma cannon and a cyclone launcher because it made him look bulky as fuck, shit goes hard. Yeah, that does sound really cool. I think that's that arm good. Oh, right, there are two options for right arm. We'll clean both of them up and we'll figure out which one we want. Pray GW makes Assault Terminators or resized. Are the sizes of the current Assault Terminators a little bit weird? You'd have 5 Deathwing Knights, 5 regular, and 5 Assault Terminators. Assault's still the old squat size, haven't been redone like the Leviathan Terminators. I see, okay. Weird that they didn't just do a pass on all of the Terminators and only redid the regular ones. Hey Francois, how you going, mate? You hope they redo the assault because the lightning claws go so hard. Don't care if they're useless in game compared to the thunderhammer and shield. Yeah, they are baller. Why would you not use them? You only have 2 touch-ups and a wash left on your knight. You played it today. It was destroyed by the void dragon, but you're able to explode it in its face. Nice. At least you're able to detonate it. What loadout did you go with for your knight? Out of curiosity, is it a Questoris class or is it a different knight that you've been working on? It's a Cerastus Castigator. I see, okay. Sword and Gatling gun. Right, yeah. By the way, Francois, you missed this, but last night I made some poor financial decisions regarding my knight army. And I may or may not have the Battle Force box and a Cerastus Lancer and a Cerastus Acheron incoming. Oh, hail Slanesh, there it is. So a Questoris for Korn, a Lancer for Slanesh, and Acheron for Nurgle. Wait, did I just say I ordered the Xmas box and the double Cerastus box? I wish, when I went to look, the double Cerastus box had sold out. So I got the Christmas box and I ended up having to get 2 standalone Cerastus. And I was like, okay, if I'm going to get standalone Cerastuses, I may as well make one of them a Lancer rather than doing the Acheron and Castigator. So I got 1 Acheron and 1 Lancer. And homages for Malal and Vashtor and Be'lakor. Word, yeah, Nurgle shit-spewing flamer would be legit. That's fucking disgusting. The sewage gun. Need some Wardog kits to kit bash them with armigers to make them more chaosy. Maybe. The thing is, I like the idea of having my my knights being ambiguous free blades. I don't want to go all out on making them super chaosy. Like, they need to be ambiguous enough that if they showed up on like a loyal Imperial world, they could be like mistaken for just Imperial Knight free blades, not like some fucked up heretics. I like the ambiguity of it. So I feel like a Nurgle one would be hard to pull off. Because it's pretty overt. To be fair, a Khorne one would also be pretty overt. Just covered in skulls. By the way, what's my current pile of shame model count? You think I count? If I count them, then I'm going to be in very big trouble. That would mean that I'd be... like, that would deal serious psychological damage to me if I had a number. The number is too high. Nurgle's the easiest? Oh, no, but I mean, like, specifically, Nurgle is the hardest one to pull off in terms of making him ambiguous, like, also making him ambiguous. Because I don't want them to just be overtly Chaos Knights. You just threw a green and brown paint at it. I just shit on the model and it's done. Shit on the model, leave it out in the sun to dry. Voila. Your number is currently 10. That's quite low. Just paint all of Hypes' flesh. But the thing is, like, if it is like a meat mech, that is like instantly identifiable as a heretic. Ooh, right, you could do a Rusty Grimdark sewer maintenance. Is it a Krieg-inspired knight or Nurgle? Who knows? Heard you had mutant sewer crocs, so they flew me into the system. Is the oh, what would be like a name for that mech? It'd be like the sewer slider or something like that. The sewer skimmer. The sewer stalker, perhaps? Maybe the armigers could be Nurgle ones, because then they'd like fit in sewers. Has to have the word moist in there. No, that'd be the Slanesh ones. The Slaneshi ones would have the word moist. Originally, the Golden Age STC constructs built the Knights to terraform planets for colonization, Dark Age excommunication, Emperors, Crusade to reunite humanity, Knights, and now War Machines instead. Yeah, I had seen that originally Knights were just like farming equipment and that sort of thing. Gotta love the way the Dark Age, or the way the Dark Age of technology is just like following the collapse, I should say, is just like everything is just being repurposed. It's like putting into perspective, it's like post-apocalyptic future, people driving into combat on tractors. Let's see how this goes. Hopefully that's not too much glue. Looks good. It's not spewing out the sides. Yeah, this guy's going to be huge compared to the Wraithguard that we built before. Might be a little bit too much glue here, we'll see. I might need to wipe a little bit of it away. Oh no, actually, yeah, oh yeah, there's a little spewing out on the sides over here. We'll hold it together. And then we'll scrape away the excess. Just there. Billy Bob, the not system fertilizer spreader, could totally be a thing in 40k. Okay, and so then we do the legs next. Yeah, we'll do the legs because then we can figure out the pose we want to do for the arms afterwards. After we can see what he'll look like standing up. Oh, maybe a bit much glue there. We'll pick a bit of that up. Yeah, this is such a cool model. Really like it. Ooh, this one does not quite go on. I think what it is the length of the sprue. I think the sprue is a little long, or the cavity is a little shallow. Yeah, I should have checked this before I applied the glue. So I'll need to clean that off and see if I can cut the sprue a little shorter. So clean that and then clean this shit here. I think probably take 1 or 2 mil off there. Probably go about 1 millimeter first. Let's see how this sits. Yeah, there we are. That's good. Oh, actually, needs a tiny bit more. That's good. Okay, that looks like that's sitting well and should dry nicely. So, next up will be the sword arm. What are our options for posing this? We've got... Okay, I reckon it's pretty obvious. We just want to do this, right? Like this pose here. This goes hard. Just like approaching menacingly. Because there's this, which is sword forward. No, yeah. So I reckon our options are we've got. Oh, actually, sword back could be cool as well. There's sword down. Wait, so there's sword down like this. There's sword forward. I reckon sword down is cool. Like this shit. And again, I will also need to cut the pin a little shorter. So if I have, I'll put this on and then I'll figure out what we want to do for the other arm. Because the other arm I have two options. I'll zoom this out because he's coming together now, so he takes up more screen space. And does this sit flush, or is it a little more that I need to pull back? I think I need to pull a tiny bit more back. There we are. Yo, you heard you can come here and see someone painting the lion? I don't know where you heard that, Soda Pop. The lion scares me. It will be a while yet until I attempt to paint the lion. Lion painting 750 subs. I don't think I'll even be through my nights by then. So if I have that arm like that, then my other arm options are going to... You thought it was 500? Please. I reckon... It's kind of... What do we do for this arm? Because I don't necessarily want to have this, like, blaster out. Can I just have him, like, squaring up? Just walking forwards menacingly? Like, arm straight down doesn't look good. Arm bent and down also doesn't look good. Like, arm bent and forward, he's, like, shooting out that way. So if he's shooting out that way, is that the one where the head is going to be turned? No, because that's... He's going to be looking like that. Oh, this works, actually. This looks good. I like this. Because then he's turning. And then it'd be like... this. I like that, I think. Because if he's walking forward, I'd have the sword like this. But if he's turning, then I can have the sword like this. 500 was Warhound Titan? Is that right? His face isn't quite smooth on that ridge there, so you just want to clean that up. I just noticed it now. I would have done it earlier, but I didn't realize until I've just put it on. It's a little nicer. Okay, and then bent arm will be like this. Hang on, so what is the angle for it? I think it's just like this. Yeah, like that. Is it actually gluing though? No, there's not that much surface area. I'm gonna need to apply it to the edges around the pin, because the pin is actually smaller than the hole it's going into, like by quite a bit. So it's not actually touching onto the model. Oh shit, just spun it. But there, I think that will hold nicely. That's looking good. I like it. And yeah, we've got good surface area where it's contacting the body. So then it will just be this arm here. Like that or something. And then the shoulder weapons. Does he balance on his own? Not quite. Okay, I think this is the sort of angle we want. Yeah, okay, just need to hold it like this, because there are not many points of contact for these arms, which is a little annoying. Ooh, it's still a little loose. Need to hold it a bit longer. Ugh, yuck. It's falling out again. Okay. Let's try this again. Got a little bit of glue on the flat bit there. We'll go a little bit of glue over here where it's going to be touching. And need to find the hole there. Yeah, there. Cool. That's what we want. Now we hold it here. We hold it here, and we pray that I don't slip and break the seal again. Ah. Okay, surely it's grabbed now. Seems pretty good. It's not perfect, but I think it's good enough to hold on its own. So we can do the shoulder weapons now. Which I think we'll have one pointing in the direction he's looking. But actually, I guess I can both point in the direction he's looking, which is not where the sword is pointing. It's like this way here. That and that. Or do I just point them outwards? Maybe just outwards. It's more dynamic that way. Have one where he's looking and one where he isn't. And then that one. Oh, have I? Put that on the wrong one? No, I don't think so. It's just pointing at a weird angle. Oh, I guess that's designed to tilt them outwards. Yeah, it looks like they're made to tilt outwards. Hey, I think that is everything. for our Wraith units. So I'm going to pack up our little spare bits. I may as well cut out the spare heads and the spare axe, just so that they're nice and clean, so that I can use them at any time for other things. Okay, so these can go in the little plastic bag where I have the spare heads for the Wraithguard. Actually, we'll put our bases in there as well, just so we can keep everything together. Don't want to have bags floating around. Okay. And so that's that. We've just done 5 Wraithguard. These fellas here. Let's see if I can get that in focus. Zoom this in a little bit. Come on, pull the focus. Here we are. So 5 of these fellas. Some of them with patterns on their heads, some with the smooth heads. So yeah, all of the axe wielding, so both of the axe wielding ones have the these patterns on their heads, and then all of the ones with the swords have the nice smooth standard wraith heads, which are very nice. So 5 of those fellas. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we did the big bastard, the Wraith Lord here. Very cool. And yeah, I'm probably going to call this a successful stream and stop here, because there's a lot of plastic that needs cleaning up, and I mean a lot of plastic. And I might need to vacuum my floor. We'll see how that goes. Yeah. So a little shorter than the past couple of streams. Bit shy of 4 hours, where yesterday and the day before we did 5. But yeah, I am going to call it here for the day. Let's just put the lid on my super glue before it dries out. But yeah, thanks for hopping by, guys. Been a nice, relaxing one today. And I think tomorrow I've promised that we're gonna assemble some Necrons from my Necron Combat Patrol. And then from next week we'll get back to working on that night, see if we can clean it up, get it finished quick smart. But yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks as always for hopping by. And yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow, or anybody who is able to make it. I'll see you tomorrow. If not, I'll catch you next week. Bye-bye.